We knew it was going to happen. We kind of talked about it, touched on it anyway, but the local post office here in Washington, Illinois, we are getting major pushback on our packages. I went down there this morning and I said, can you help me? Can I talk to the postmaster? I need to get in touch with somebody from small business. We have so many packages. I don't see why we can't schedule a static day, 2 days a week, to have a big truck come and pick up our packages. I have a forklift. I could load it. I just don't have the capability myself. I don't have a box truck. I don't have a way to get all these down here. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, rip the tape off, whatever. Me bringing down an extra 300 packages a day or every other day, whatever the case may be, they don't make any extra money. You know, the employees don't make any extra cash with the extra work. So there's resistance. I get it. All right. It's like someone coming in and saying, okay, we're going to triple your workload, whatever the case may be, but we're not the enemy, right? We are trying to not have to come down there. I don't want to go down to the post office twice a week, rent a U-Haul or buy a box truck or make 4, 5, 6 trips in my pickup truck. I don't want to have to do that. That's not my goal, but I paid the shipping on all of this stuff, or the customers did, right? That's extra money that the post office is getting. I'm going to have to go rent a U-Haul. That's what it boils down to. That was a lot of venting just to say we're going to have to get a U-Haul.
Thing I submitted, and it said that they tried to contact you, but nobody ever called back. So I just want to make sure everything's right before I submit it again.
Here's the deal. While we were sitting there talking about the post office called me, and basically the answer I got was, we can send a smaller truck to do 2 at a time, and we would have to empty those Gaylords out, but they would try to accommodate us. We're just going to rent the U-Haul for today, get the packages down there, and play it by ear. So renting the U-Haul right now is the most cost-effective way to do things. I think it was $30 to rent the U-Haul plus a couple bucks per mile. The post office isn't very far from here. But anyway, it's a short-term solution until we can figure something else out, right? As far as the delivery for tomorrow, they will come between 11 and 2 o'clock. We have a Whatnot show, and then we are doing a Whatnot show on Wednesday. I talked to the Whatnot rep. He said they have an extra slot available for a Wednesday push notification, and they would like to see if we want to get in there to get one more push out for the week. So we've got a Whatnot show Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I don't want the toy store channel to feel like, hey, it's all Whatnot now, what's going on in the toy store. But here's the deal. The toy store last year in October, the slowest months. October last year was the slowest month in the toy store. And what we've done so far in October, it's kind of shaping up to be the same way this year. So we might as well fill it in with some Whatnot content and keep things moving along here. And speaking of Whatnot content, here are the tubs we are setting up for tomorrow. It should be a pretty big variety. We're going to do some games, Barbie. What do we got here? Some more of the Mr. Beast Lab stuff. We can kind of see it. Things out of this 42K buy that would take us months and months to move in the toy store. That's what Whatnot lets us do. Move product that otherwise might sit around and never get sold. So I'm going to clean off these tables today. I'm emptying off those tables, and I've got space on the shelves, okay? A lot of the stuff we got shelved up can go to the shop. It could probably go into the Whatnot bins, and it's going to start looking like this down here. I'm doing games right here. I'm doing a little bit of everything, and I'm just moving down the line. These shelves are kind of a mess, and I'm excited about tomorrow's buy. That should be a pretty good one. So that's where we're picking up. And yeah, we'll see what happens with the post office. I'm waiting on the U-Haul people to call me back. I talked with the guy down at the U-Haul place, which happens to be not even a block from the toy store. The U-Haul rental place is right down the road, so it kind of makes sense to use U-Haul for a while, and I'm making a mess. Days off do not exist for this guy. There's just way too much going on right now, trying to ramp everything up, and that's just the way it's gonna be for a while. But it'll all be worth it. It'll all be worth it when we save up some money, get a warehouse, kind of expand a little bit, if that's kind of the plan. I don't know, but I'm hoping it'll all pay off eventually. We shall see. Yesterday, we ended up getting everything down to the post office. It was a lot. There was a lot of running back and forth, and then I locked my keys in the U-Haul, so I had to wait for a while to get that unlocked so I could get my keys. It was kind of a mess. It's going to be a cluster until we can figure all of that out. Somebody from USPS is supposed to call us from their small business, but I'm not counting on anything happening there. As far as this morning, we have a toy buy coming in between 10, I think she said 10 and 2. She might have said 11 and 2. Really kind of the big push this morning is to get the middle kind of cleared out of here. I almost want to take these bikes to the storage units. I feel like we're in the middle of October, basically. Getting close. All right, first week. But I don't know how many more bikes we're going to sell, especially with the weather turning. It's raining. But it would be nice to get these things out of the way so we can operate. What is going on here? So the Lego bike came in, and check this out. This was in the tub. We just pulled this out. This is really cool. The light might be burnt out on it, but I have never seen one of these. Like, I mean, I've seen the Lego displays, but not in one of our buys. This is wild. A Lego display in the tub. This thing is really cool, but we did run into a problem. We are missing one of the pallets. It was crossed off the list, and it had the UCS Millennium Falcon. So that's not good news. We will get a refund. Something will happen with that, and it's kind of disappointing. I'm already seeing some really cool stuff. Technic garbage trucks. I see, is that Mos Eisley? What is that back there? More Technic cars, and oh no, it is Wish. We will probably run some of this today at our Whatnot show just to get it out of here. It looks like the boxes showed up today, and I think it's 12 packages of boxes. We can kind of see them there. So it is getting to be a tad ridiculous in here, but this is what we've pulled out for Lego. And remember, a third of this load is Lego. So a really good Lego buy here. Technic, Animal Crossing, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Technic, Horizon Adventures, Minecraft, a ton of Lego. There's also this mega, is this Charizard? Why do I always get, wow, that is heavy. Who is this one? This is Charizard, yeah, that's what I thought. And the list goes on. A little bit of scuff stuff in this one, some stuffies, and we just don't have the room to put anything. I think that's what it boils down to. So we're gonna keep emptying this out. We're gonna work on getting the Lego over to the shop, and we've got about 2.5 hours before we fire up the Whatnot stream. And look at this pile. This thing has grown a bunch since last time we looked at it. We're gonna try to get through it all, 10-second timers, and our referral link is down below, so be sure to check that out. And we will probably get this Lego to the shop before we open, but we'll see how it goes. We've got the first Gaylord done. My brother's been focusing on that. I've been pricing Lego and getting things over to the shop. But this is a pretty decent little buy, even though we're kind of disappointed the big UCS Millennium Falcon wasn't in here. But we're gonna keep on working on it. T-minus about an hour until the show, and we are going to have some fun today. We're gonna run some stuff today. It's gonna be our biggest show we've ever done. We are on the home stretch. My brother got through basically that load. There's still a tub left. There was quite a bit of scuff stuff, but there was also quite a bit of really good stuff in here. So I don't know how much of that is going to make it to the camera, but we'll just kind of pan out here. A lot of scuff, really. Kind of disappointed. The bigger items, yeah, kind of scuffed out. And this big Batman set, which would have been really cool. It's opened. That's unfortunate. And this is the biggest Duplo set that we have ever seen. Check this thing out. That's a big Duplo set. All right, so most of the Lego is already at the shop. We're gonna finish clearing off the shelves. I am setting up the Whatnot stream as we speak. We've got about 25 minutes. So that's gonna be a video. Be sure to check out next video where we go over the results of this stream. We are gunning for the biggest stream that we've ever done. Show, stream, whatever you wanna call it. But until next time, I will see you later. Peace.